Over the last 35 or so years, working in the commercial real estate investment and development areas across multiple market cycles, I've witnessed countless investors struggle with unexpected external factors, demolishing their projected returns. The truth is that even in the most meticulously planned commercial real estate investments can be derailed by forces outside your control. Traditional analysis isn't enough. The real estate industry's conventional wisdom of location is dangerously incomplete in today's complex market environment. Properties in great locations can drop off and vice versa. I'll give you an example. Years ago, there was a pub built up north of Sydney, Hunter Valley, opposite a mining. Obviously, great spot. Miners work hard all day. After work, they want to go for a beer and drink and have lunch and dinner and that sort of thing. There's nothing else around. They seem like a good investment. And what happened? 2 months later, the mine closed. So it was a great location for a pub. Mine closed. It was a bad location. Situations also where you have properties in good locations on main roads, on highways. Yep. Highway diversions. Business gets cut off. These things can happen. They're external factors. I do with the economy. It's just the way things work out. Immediate threats to your investment. Interest rate volatility has increased. Most office buildings have lost substantial value due to the remote work trends. Environmental regulations are adding to operating costs. Technology disruption is making traditional retail spaces obsolete. Most investors underestimate the income of demographic shifts. Local policy changes can slash property values overnight. Climate risk is withdrawing insurance premium maps. Premiums rising to floods, bushfires. A good example is bushfires are creating building line setbacks. So some of your property may be obsolete because it can't be built because of building lines of fire. The same thing with floods. Certain areas classified for these sort of environmental problems. New supply can increase vacancy rates, even in strong markets. Cost of inaction. Without a comprehensive understanding of external factors, your cap rates could drop, which means property values could also decline. Refinancing could become impossible or very expensive. The solution is a strategic framework for external factor analysis. Drawing from my experience managing through multiple real estate investment cycles and advising clients, here's my comprehensive playbook for understanding and mitigating external risks. Firstly, economic conditions, the foundation, interest rate environment. Federal policy regarding interest rates can change your property value. Debt service ratios are more critical than ever. Structure loans with rate caps and floors. Maintain extra cash. Now you may look like instead of using one bank, use several banks. Because you've been loyal for so many years, things change all the time. Bank policy changes. I've had situations with clients who've had loyal to one bank, had all the loans with one bank, change in management or policy. A situation where he was forced to reduce his debt. Consequently, he had to sell one or two properties in a pretty ordinary market to fulfill those obligations. These things happen. Be ready for them. The key metrics to watch: GDP, growth rates. Now, things are going well. Everything's fine. Employment trends. How are they? Unemployment comes in. You've got less money available. Your tenants may lose customers. Revenue. Harder to pay high rent. Snowballing effect. Industry-specific growth patterns. The industries your clients, are they increasing or declining? Protective strategies. Diversify tenant mix across recession-resistant industry. Look at the tenant. Are they in a growth industry? Are they, as well as looking at their past history, are they an industry which is increasing popularity? or is it becoming old-fashioned? Maintain sufficient operating reserves. Structure leases with increases and CPI increases. Adjust and ensure they implement it. Seems like a crazy thing to say, but surprisingly, a lot of landlords don't increase their rents according to the lease agreement. Now, obviously, the situations in a bad climate, you may decide to become lenient and, reduce the increase just to keep things peaceful. But if you've got a lease in place, you negotiate a lease, so stick to those increases. Make sure they're implemented in a timely manner when they're due. Things change with tenants. Now, for industries, for example, hotels and tourist stop businesses, they were going well. Then the pandemic came in, people weren't traveling, they suffered severely. Now they're back again. Things that change happen. They're out of your control. Offices continue to decline or work from home more. Now, whether they come back or not, we don't know. They may do so. People are coming back to the office. On the other hand, things like industrial. 10 years ago, it was a tough sell, a lot of cases. Now they're the flavour of the month. Everyone wants to buy industrial. Industrial space is scarce. People want industrial for warehouses to store items, for online retail items. Be aware of migration shifts. Many countries, here in Australia, Canada and USA, we've had dramatic increases in population growth, migration. That has improved a lot of industries and obviously affected other industries in various ways. Millennium housing preferences are shifting dramatically. Smaller households, maybe smaller properties. Aging population is creating new demand patterns for nursing homes, for smaller housing, or retirement villages, hospital, that sort of thing. Investment implications. Focus on markets with positive migration trends. Adapt properties for changing age demographics. Consider mixed-use conversions. Over the years, I'm involved with many investors, and we had situations where, for example, converting old industrial buildings into mixed-use accommodation and retail mix, converted offices to boarding houses, motels to backpackers, repositioning them. There are many examples, and I've got plenty more examples in my book, Commercial Real Estate Investment, Residential Investor. I'll leave a link on this if you're interested. Technology disruption. It may be needed to have essential upgrades. For example, 5G, getting closer to 6G infrastructure. Have smart building systems. Enhance cyber security measures and security in general. This is happening all the time. Things are changing all the time. With a change. That's what tenants expect. Phase improvements over 3 to 5 years. Partner tech forward vendors. Build up costs into lease structure. You may negotiations discuss these technology changes and build it in as a incentive for the tenant to take up the lease. Maybe you may do it over a period of time. There are various regulatory environment items to consider, environmental regulations. What's the current impact? For example, carbon neutral requirements, energy efficient mandates, compliance strategy, green building certification, energy audit schedule, capital improvement planning. Got to organise these things up to date because policies change. Got to stay with it. Look at the infrastructure development. Are there major transportation projects? Is there a major tunnel or railway or whatever it may be, transport improvement in the area, which would enhance it? What is happening? Urban development plans, utility improvement. How do you identify them? They've got a website. Check what's going on. Are there any new plans for rezoning in the area, which would be positive or negative for your property? Build relationship with local officials, Chamber of Commerce people, council staff, councillors, mayor, go to functions, events where they're present. Maybe go to council meetings, see what's happening, what's the attitude, is it changing or favour against you. Maybe there's opportunities coming up. Monitor permit application. What's happening? What industries are growing in areas? I mean, demand for restaurants or retirement villages or something competing with your clientele. Look out for changes in state and federal policies. What are incentives coming up? What's changing? For example, is it more demand for housing? Is it happening in your area? Which means people coming in, more business, more demand. Keep on top of it. Other things like absorption rates for leases. Are there many vacancies in the area you're in? Are they leasing out quickly? Are the rates dropping off or increasing? Are there new construction starts in the area? Are there new building? What's being built? Who are building them? What type of people are encouraging in the area? Are they education? Are they commercial retail? Are they services like dental, medical services? What are they? Permit applications. On top of these things, development pipelines quarterly, analyze competitive amenities, maintain a modernisation schedule. So look at something to improve properly. How you're going to stay ahead with everyone else. Are you going to be left behind? You could have a defensive strategy policy example, such as creating amenities, amenity supply, maintaining rent levels despite increased competition. You see all the time. For example, a new hotel is being built and the existing hotel refurbished so that it doesn't look old and shoddy. A new one being built. The office building or industrial, whatever it is, it's got to look good. Well, like shiny objects, and they get the newer property. The value there. So you've got to develop a risk mitigation master plan. Think about geographic diversification across several markets so that if one area goes down, the other one stays high and vice versa. So that you mix up so that things change all the time. Every area goes through a quiet period. So if you 3-4 areas, one area goes quiet, 4 areas support, have a property mix aligned with demographic trends. Have diversified tenants. Industries go high, they go well, they go badly, whatever it may be. Got to be up to date. Supply. One specific type of tenant, and an industry goes bad, you've lost all your tenants, or most of them anyway. Property level tactics. Maintain a capital reserve, just in case you need to upgrade or something goes wrong. Implement quarterly market analysis. Develop tenant relationship. Keep your tenants happy. Tenants talk. If you've got a reputation as a bad landlord, the word gets around. Keep your promises. Of course, you'll come back to bite you. You don't want that. Finance engineering. Structure debt with multiple options. Forward-looking insurance strategies. Ensure full coverage and ensure your insurance policy is current. Common mistake I see is that landlords want to reduce their insurance costs because they're always increasing. Now, if you're insure your building's worth $5 million, you insure for $5 million. If you decide to reduce your insurance premium by only insuring for $3 million and something happens to your property, you probably won't get full replacement cost. You only get 60%. Basically, you only insure for 60%. $3 million on a $5 million property. Talk to your insurance broker. Make sure you're covered. Work with your accountant. Some tax efficiency. Plan together with them. What immediate actions can you take within, say, 90 days? Do a comprehensive market analysis. A risk mitigation strategy. Implementation of monitoring systems. Development of response protocols. Team training and resource allocation. Long-term strategy. 6 months plus. Regular strategy reviews. Adjustment of risk parameters. Property portfolio rebalancing as needed. Maybe you need to sell something or to and get something else. If you're making a loss, forward plan portfolio. If you do your homework right, you can see these happening on the track, and you can make decisions early on and implement them early on so you don't get caught up in the long run. The commercial real estate landscape has never been more complex. With this framework, you're equipped to identify external factors before they impact your returns. Implement proven mitigation strategies. Position portfolio for substantial growth. Remember, the most successful investors aren't those who avoid risks, but those who understand and manage them effectively. Start implementing these strategies today. You would position that 90% competition. So take action today. Begin with immediate action items. Schedule quarterly reviews and external factors. Build a risk mitigation toolkit. Develop your market monitoring system. Don't wait for external factors to impact your returns. The time to act is now. If it helped you, contact details are with this video, and I look forward to hearing your comments. This is Tastzidis, CC Properties.